Hello dear student, this is Palash Chakraborty, assistant teacher, Iskar High School and College. Welcome to my class. This is for class 7, subject English second paper, topic transformation of sentences, that is assertive to interrogative sentence, part 6. So in our previous lecture we have the assertive to interrogative of part 5. We have learned some rules there. Now we will learn the rest of the rules to change into assertive to interrogative sentence. So you know that the transformation of sentences consists in changing a sentence from one form to another without changing any meaning, and changing in change of meaning. Okay, so let's go for the next rules. Assertive to interrogative sentence, rule 5. So in our previous lecture we have up to rule 4. Now it is rule 5. Okay, so if you find any assertive sentence with the word everybody, everyone, all, then you have to do the following to make it interrogative. So what you have to do? So firstly write who instead of that everybody, everyone, all. If you find any one of the three, plus don't, doesn't or didn't, that is based on the tense and the subject of that sentence. So plus base form of the verb plus rest of the part of the after verb plus interrogative sign. So try to remember the structure here. So we have some examples to make you clarify. So here we have some examples. Everybody wishes to be happy. So here we have find everybody. So from the very structure we know that firstly we will write who, then we will write do not, doesn't or didn't. So in the structure, from the structure we know that, so we can write doesn't here because the sentence is present indefinite tense and the subject is third person singular number. So that is why we have written a doesn't here. So who doesn't wish to be happy? So the base form of wishes is wish. So wish to be happy. So this is very easy rules. If you know the structure very well, you can make it clear. So all loves flower. So from the structure we know that who doesn't love flower because this sentence is present indefinite tense. Next one, everyone hates a liar. So this is a similar rule. Who doesn't hate a liar? This is very easy. So go for the next rule. Rule number 6. So if you find any assertive sentence with the word every or all plus noun. So in our previous rule we have found that everybody, everyone, all. So now just a little bit change in this structure. So here we will find every or all plus a noun, so a common noun. So then you have to do the following to make it interrogative sentence. So what you have to do? Firstly write is there any plus noun, the same noun of common noun after the every or all. So noun after the word every, okay, plus who doesn't plus base form of verb plus rest of the part after verb plus interrogative sign, as similar as before. Just try to remember the structure. Here you will have to write is there any. So let's have some examples. Okay, every mother loves her child. So here we have found that every plus mother. So mother is a common noun. So please. So from the structure is there any. Firstly we will write is there any plus noun. Noun mother. So is there any mother? Then who doesn't? Is there any mother who doesn't love their child? Very easy. Every man wishes to be happy. So is there any man who doesn't wish to be happy? Fine. Next one. All men respect an honest man. Is there any man who doesn't respect an honest man? Okay, so every man must die. So here we have a different example here. So if you find the must in a sentence, then you have to write will not instead of doesn't. So every man must die. In that case, you have to write, is there any man who will not die? Just try to remember the exception. Every man must die. So is there any man who will not die? So instead of doesn't, we have to write will not if you find must in a sentence. Okay. Next rule. Okay, so if you find any assertive sentence with the word nobody, no one, none, any one of that, then you have to do the following to make it interrogative. So what we will write? Firstly, write who instead of that nobody, no one or none, plus the rest of the sentence plus interrogative sign. This is the easiest rule to change assertive into interrogative one. So if you find nobody, no one, none, just write who instead of that nobody, no one, none, plus rest of the sentence. So here we have some examples. So let's go for the examples. So nobody trusts a liar. Who trusts a liar? Or you can write, does anybody trust a liar? So you can write in this way also. So why you should write does? Because this sentence is present indefinite tense and subject third person singular number. That is why verb is plus s or es. So in that case you can write does. So does anybody trust a liar? So if you write in this way, you have to write the affirmative word of the negative one. So let's have another example. None can do it. Okay, so in that case you know that. So everyone, nobody, no one, none. So in that case none, we can find none. So instead of none you can write who. So who can do it? Or you can write in such a way, can anyone do it? So just write the auxiliary verb before the subject and the affirmative word of none. So none, affirmative word, anyone. So can anyone do it? Let's have another example. So no one can deny the truth. Who can deny the truth? Or can anyone deny the truth? Simple way. Just try to remember it. You can write in both ways as you like. Rule number 8. So if you find any assertive sentence start with the word there, that is called introductory there, then you have to write who or what instead of that there. So let's have some example. Just if you find there, that introductory there, you can write who or what instead of that there. Examples. There is no use of it. Okay, so what is the use of it? There is no hope for future. What is the hope for future? There is none better than Mithu. Who is better than Mithu? There is no man happier than Jamal. Who is happier than Jamal? Just instead of there is no, I have written who, nothing else. Just try to remember the structure. Rule number 9. If you find any assertive sentence that start with it is no use, just try to remember that is start with it is no use, then you have to write why instead of that it is no use plus base form of verb plus rest of the sentence plus interrogative sign. Let's have the example. It is no use memorizing answer for exam. So from the structure you can write why, then the base form of verb memorize plus rest of the sentence, answer of the exam plus interrogative sign here. Why memorize answer for exam? That is so easy. Or you can write, is there any use of memorizing answer for exam? So you can write, is there any use of, instead of it is no use. You can write in both ways as you like. Sorry. Rule number 10. If you find any assertive sentence that is universal truth, I have mentioned the example first, so please ignore it, just see the rule. So rule 10. So if you find any assertive sentence so that is universal truth, then you have to make it negative interrogative to make it interrogative sentence. So if you find any universal truth, so then you have to make it negative interrogative. Just try to remember it. You have to write it negative interrogative. So first one example, man is mortal. So in that case, it is universal truth. So you have to write the negative interrogative. So what is the negative interrogative? So from the very previous lecture, you know the rule here. So isn't man mortal? So in that case, you have to write the auxiliary verb before the subject and write an apostrophe T, and the last one interrogative sign. The sun, number 2 example, the sun rises in the east. Write the answer. Doesn't sun rise in the east? Here the sun rises in the east is a present indefinite tense and subject is third person singular number. That is why you can use doesn't. So doesn't the sun rise in the east? So in that case, so if you wanna make some universal truth sentence to interrogative one, then you have to make it negative interrogative. Just try to remember it. Milk is white. Isn't milk white? That is all. Rule number 11. So if you find any negative assertive sentence, assertive sentence that is negative one, in that case you can use affirmative word instead of that negative word and use the auxiliary verb before the subject to make it interrogative sentence. These rules I have also discussed these rules in my previous lecture. Just try to remember the structure, then you can make it clear. You can apply it. So here you have some example. None can avoid death. So can anybody avoid death? So here can is the auxiliary verb. So auxiliary verb before the subject. So subject none. So in that case, this is a negative assertive sentence. So in that case, you have to write the affirmative word instead of that negative word. So none is a negative word. So you have to write anybody. So that is the affirmative word. So can anybody avoid death? Okay, they will find us nowhere. Will they find us anywhere? You have never been to Kuakata. Have you ever been to Kuakata? We can never forget God. Can we ever forget God? So this is all about the rules to change assertive sentence into interrogative one. So just in my previous lecture, that is the lecture the part 5 and the part 6, just practice the part 5 and the part 6 as for assertive sentence, to change into assertive sentence into interrogative one. So just try to remember just 11 rules I have given. Practice it regularly. do it. Thank you for watching my video. Thank you for your patience. Stay safe, be blessed, and thank you.